The year is 1976. The date is December 2nd. The result of a journey that lasted months would now be concluded in 8 minutes. Mission Control was silent, where it had been the hub of fervent activity just moments ago. They had just completed their task. The rest was in the hands of the astronauts. In just 8 minutes, the world would know if Ares 4 would be a tremendous victory or a terrible tragedy. Sometimes the most defining part of a person's life lasts only a few moments. Neil Armstrong, commander of the Ares 4, knew full well that these would be the most important minutes of his life. Parachutes deployed. David Cross continued to monitor the lander's altitude. Armstrong's hand trembled as he engaged the decisive's retro rockets and prepared for the final approach. Despite the furious shaking of the cabin, both men took a moment to take in the view. The Melis Chasma had a quiet beauty to it, a landscape of deep grooves and red sand. We're really here, aren't we? Cross posed, not moving his hands an inch from the control panel. We really are. Armstrong affirmed his grip on the joystick and took them in. Neil Armstrong descended from the lander and became the first human to step foot onto a new world. From our earliest days, mankind has looked up and dreamed of walking among the stars. Today, that dream has been fulfilled. After this, the streets had erupted into beautiful chaos. Traffic halted as people crowded roads. Fireworks detonations had become near constant. The moon landing had ensured America's spot within the space race. Landing on Mars had reinvigorated the American spirit. The future was finally looking bright. From within NASA's Mission Control, John Glenn stood. Cheers erupted as the landing was confirmed. Glenn watched the man on Mars, smiled, and began to cry. President Glenn's mood matched the nation's as he sat behind his desk. Glenn smiled when the address started. To the many people of the world, to my fellow Americans, today we have achieved the impossible. One small step for man.
40 feet down, 2.5. Picking up some dust. 30 feet, 2.5 down. Make shadow. 4 forward. 4 forward. Drift into the right a little. 20. Down a half. Contact light. Okay, engine stop.
The Earth is the cradle of humanity, but mankind cannot stay in the cradle forever. Konstantin Tsiolkovsky. The journey begins. So we have one more focus we need to do. The Eagle has landed. We have dared to attempt the impossible, and now, thanks to the tireless work by NASA and the Glenn administration, we've done it. The first time in human history, a man has stepped upon the surface of another world and returned safely to our soil. The nation has effectively shut down with riotous celebrations held across the country and a ticker-tape parade held for the crew of Ares 4 in New York City. Calls of congratulations have come from leaders across the world, including everyone from our allies in the FN to the Prime Minister of Japan. The flight crew have described themselves as the happiest men on the planet, but the White House staff knows better. The happiest man in the world sits in the Oval Office, half listening to the terse congratulations of a Fuhrer, basking in America's greatest triumph of a century. Moves national spirit a new dawn. Defeat is just a dying memory. The Eagles landed, ladies and gentlemen. And with that brings an end to the day. Dusk will set on the new order, and I thank you all for joining me on this little journey. Damn, I think I said in the last video that this wasn't as quite as good as the Spear campaign, though the ending is kind of hitting me in a similar sense, in that, I mean, fuck, it's great, you know? I mean, I've always been I'm not much of a science person. I mean, I'm a history major because I don't want to deal with science mostly ever again. But one of the big exceptions to that is space. I've always enjoyed space and NASA and all that sort of stuff. And when you look at, like the history of NASA and all that, and it's political motivations. Beating the Soviets, one-upping them, but it's also probably one of the greatest things humanity's ever done. Because instead of, I don't know, investing a bunch of money into nuclear weapons, instead of, doing some crazy-ass scheme to try to dismantle them, just living in fear, we took that fear, we didn't let it hold us back. I was going to say we didn't let it define us, but we kind of did with what we did with it. We did something great with it. As a country and as a species. Of course, I get a brag because, I'm an American, and, we did that shit, but, it truly is something that, it's great. I don't know how else to describe it. I really enjoy space. I'm a big sci-fi nerd. So, not a big sci-fi nerd, but, sci-fi tickles my fancy. And, I don't know, the fact that we did this and we made it this far, I think it's great. And I don't know, it's kind of hitting me a little bit. I don't know, what can I say? We avenged John Kennedy's memory. Both in this timeline and in our own. We made it to the moon. We made America a kinder society, everyone. We ended inequality, racism. We made America happy. We're out of our slump now. The nation's out of its slump right now, and we made the world safer. Quite frankly, I think we made the world proud with what we did. And so I'm gonna wrap it up because it is 5 a.m. I've been recording since 8 p.m. roughly. I need to go to sleep, so my sleeping schedule isn't completely fucked. But yeah, that's it for now, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining me on the series. The next one, if it's not up already, is going to be Heydrich's Germany. Yeah, I didn't think we'd be going back to Germany so quickly, but if you haven't seen the new Heydrich content at this point, it's fucking insane, and I just had to take a swing at it, so I'll record that eventually. And yeah, thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. My name has been Dogboat333, and I'm signing out. Goodbye.